Good morning. My name's Kelly Bowker, and we're out for another walk. Welcome to my channel, Present Moment Magic. And we are, oh, I am with my team just having a glorious morning this morning. And I wanted to share that with you. And I want to talk about creating and manifesting and the law of attraction a little bit. You know, the law of attraction's been around for a long time. And I know that I refer back to Sarah Landon's interview on Next Level Soul because it just impacted me so much. And I really recommend it. It's her third interview. If you haven't seen it, it is so worth watching. If you're within, it's like Abraham used to say, it's if you're within vibrational resonance of something, then it's going to make perfect sense to you. So don't feel bad if it doesn't, because that's okay. I mean, everything is going to happen in its own perfect time. But I just want to share the feeling that also is exactly what my guides gave me in the beginning of my second book, Establishing Your Frequency, because that is exactly what that book is about. And I don't think I even realized it, that it is about creating the life that you want, being in vibrational resonance to the next best thing. And I know I've shared lots of this before, but I'm going to share it again because I see they gave me this beautiful picture download months and months and months ago, last fall, I think, of the present moment being me, my center right here, and that there are infinite paths in front of me. And they call them timelines, infinite timelines, that every single possibility is happening. Anything that can be dreamed of, and I think probably lots of stuff that you can't dream of, is actually out ahead of us, because someday the time might come when we can dream it up. But we have these infinite possibilities, probabilities in front of us. And according to where we are vibrating, that is the timeline that we are going to collapse to us. And I used to feel like it was us moving down the road or moving towards stuff. No, we are in the present moment. The present moment stands still. There's a great big truck going by. They go down in the woods and fill those with logs. It's quite remarkable when you see it all loaded coming out on this little tiny road. Sorry about that. So let's see, where was I? So, tips and tricks and hacks and processes and whatever that it takes to get you to raise your vibration in the moment is truly the answer to creation. It really is. So I think about this morning, and I also think about another Sarah Landon thing that her guide said. They said that if you could just settle into the energy of the statement that in this moment, there is absolutely nothing that could make me happier than I am right now. And I've been thinking about that and thinking about that. And it's true, because the present moment is exactly what it is. Maybe your hip hurts, maybe your hands ache, maybe you've got a infection or some kind of a problem within the present moment. But the truth is that there is absolutely nothing in the present moment that is going to make you happier than you are right now. So choose happy. Choose happy in that moment, regardless of what's going on. Because then it's like a little dial. You raise your vibration just that little bit more, than the next moment there might be less hip pain, or there might be more abundance, or there might be that fun thing that happens. But think of those words. There's absolutely nothing in this moment that could make me any happier. And that is the absolute truth, because this moment is what it is. It is perfect in this moment with the creative power that it has. And if we can take what is and turn the energy of love and joy and frolic onto it, then we are going to raise our vibration, and the next moment and the next moment are going to get better and better and better. I had a one-to-one session yesterday with a beautiful, beautiful woman, and we were talking about some of this kind of thing. And it came back around to the inner child work, because no matter how you slice it, if you are holding on to, and not intentionally, guys, this is just the way our human condition works. It's just the way that it is. But if you have things that are in the past that are still holding a vibrational link to you, then practice that inner child technique that I have shared. Practice that relationship between you and your inner child, because the emotions of joy and wonder and awe, those come from your inner child, the child part of you. And if your inner child is inside hiding because she's afraid, then she's not feeling wonder and awe. She needs to be tended to. And you can tend to her as simply as just saying, sweetheart, to yourself, sweetheart, what can I do for you in this moment that would make you feel happy? And it could be something as simple as, can we snuggle in our blanket for a few minutes? Can we take just a minute and sit down and snuggle in our blanket? And maybe it only will be figuratively, that in your mind, you wrap her in. If you're at work and you can't do that, and you get that feeling like, I just wish I could be curled up, snuggled in, then in your mind, wrap her in your favorite blanket, tuck her in with love, give her a kiss on her forehead, tell her how precious, precious, precious she is to you, how much you love and adore her, and that she's perfect just the way she is. Tend to your inner child, guys. Tend to your inner child. She wants to be seen. She wants to be heard. And there's lots of things to practice. I gave, in my second book, I talked about the Tara Arnold video that in her Saint Germain described a beautiful method of putting our inner child into a safe space when things are difficult around us. But our inner child doesn't want to be in that safe space all the time. She wants to be out playing with us. She wants to be looking at all the green leaves, and she wants to be seeing if there's any treasures along the side of the road. And just, can you hear it as I say those two sentences? How it is, there is a thread of that wonder and that awe that comes through. And that's what we're working towards. That relationship between us and us. Another thing that came out in my sessions yesterday, I had a couple, was, lots of us at this stage in our life have learned to do self-talk. I got an email at 10 minutes to 12 yesterday saying, I'm happily waiting for the link to the Zoom meeting that I was supposed to be having with her. And quite honestly, I was washing my floor and it completely let time get away from me. And I went, ugh! And so I did that adult self-talk. Kelly, you're fine. Do one thing at a time. Comb your hair, put on a decent shirt, get your computer, send her the link. You're going to be fine. Time is limitless. You are the creator of time. You can handle this. And I did that self-talk, but that self-talk is adult to adult. And think about what that means. It is adult Kelly talking to adult Kelly. We've got this. We can do anything. You're awesome. Come on, we can do this. There is a difference between the relationship, and that's perfectly appropriate, by the way. Perfectly appropriate lots and lots of the time. I feel like it was appropriate yesterday. Absolutely. But there are times when there is a time when it is the conversation between adult Kelly, strong, powerful adult Kelly. Kelly who can take care of business, Kelly who can be assertive, Kelly who can be direct, have boundaries, all of that. Kelly's a strong, powerful woman, as are all of you, unless you're a strong, powerful man. And so we settle into that adult self, and just saying settle into the adult Kelly shifts my energy a little bit to kind of a clarity stance. I just kind of feel, I feel that feeling like I would feel if I were walking into a conference room with a bunch of people and had to make a presentation. I got this. I'm going to be fine. Then you bring inner child Kelly, and adult Kelly talks to and nurtures and loves inner child Kelly. And as I have said in other videos, something happens in the run of your day, and I'm not talking about the big things. I think we're at a time in history where we have done a lot of the work. We've got a lot of it done, but we still, even if you have been doing inner child work for years, there are still those times when we are triggered. And triggering doesn't mean a catastrophic reaction. Triggering means you get that little bit of anxiety in your chest, or your tummy rolls, or you feel a little bit of fear about a situation, or that minute of not good enough, or any of that kind of stuff. the the those are triggers, and when we are with having that trigger, that's when the adult can go, okay, what is that about? And if you're in the middle of doing 100 things, you just remember it. It was, geez, I saw my mother's name pop up on the telephone, and my stomach gave a little lurch before I answered it. What's that about, So then later on, when you have your quiet time, as we all deserve to have a little bit, sometimes, I know some of you are very, very busy people, but this is work that does need to be done. And it doesn't take a long time anymore. They keep saying we live in a time where we don't need lots of times. You don't have to meditate for 2 hours. They're calling it tips, tricks, and hacks, and it's exactly what it is. So you take a minute driving in your car. You're driving home from work. I used to do a lot of this stuff when I was driving. And I'd put my phone on and put it on voice memo. And I would just sit and I would say, okay, so this happened today when so-and-so said this. You got a little nervous or you felt bad. Can we talk about that? Do you want to talk about that with me? And give her the power of that. Give her the choice. Do you want to talk about this, honey? And give her a minute, and you can say things. If she doesn't start right in, you can say things like, everything is okay. I want you to know that you can say anything to me and I'm going to understand. And I really want to hear what you're thinking right now. It's important to me to hear what you are thinking about this situation. And then your little girl might start. And it's something like, well, I felt scared. And you say to your little girl, oh, honey, what were you afraid of? Well, what if they got really mad? I was really afraid they were going to get really mad. And so then adult Kelly would say, sweetheart, what would happen if they got mad? People get angry. What do you think would happen? Well, Daddy used to yell all the time, and remember he'd throw stuff, and it was really scary. Okay, now it's making sense. It's uncovering what the real issue is. It was that little thought of, if someone's a little bit unhappy with you, they might get really, really unhappy with you. Okay, I hear what you're saying, darling. I really understand that. Is there anything more you want to say about it? Well, I just really don't like it, and I'm afraid they're going to get really ugly, and I don't want to be around that. Nah. And adult Kelly says, no, I wouldn't want to either. That's no fun. We're not gonna be around that kind of stuff. And honey, I want you to understand something. I'm a strong, powerful woman. And if somebody gets inappropriate like that and starts being big and mean and scary, we're gonna leave because we can. Got a nice car right out in the driveway. I know how to drive it. I have enough money to buy gas. I will just take us and we will go because we're not going to have anybody mistreat us that way. And then she starts to feel better. It's like somebody's taking care of her. Somebody is actually listening to her issues and paying attention to her thoughts and what she cares about. And just that is incredibly powerful. Just that. Just the idea of that beautiful, loving interaction between you and you, adult you and child you. And sometimes if what you're feeling is kind of sassy and hands across your chest feeling like frig you aren't gonna make me do that. Then that might be your inner teenager that you need to talk to, and you talk to them like you would a teenager. I got this. You don't need to take care of things. I need you to relax and think a good thought. you know, and I know that some of this, I told my client yesterday, I know it seems, my guides tell me all the time, humans want things to be complex. They want it to be difficult. They want it to be multi-stepped and convoluted because then they're putting their time in and it's like, okay, we're going to get this done. But it doesn't need to be. My guides tell me that all the time. It doesn't need to be. It's simple. It is just as simple as creating that loving, nurturing relationship between you and you. And why are we talking about this? Because when your inner child feels safe and okay, then the adult you can feel joy and awe and wonder at the beautiful green trees and the cloudy, freakity fracking sky that we haven't seen sun practically since June started. But still, knowing that there's a blue sky and a big sun just above those clouds, that feeling of awe, because it really is right there. And honestly, it's like, it is. I can think about driving in a plane and watching the clouds go halfway down the window and watching it be half clouds and then the blue sky above that. And how freaking awesome that was. That was awesome. And that awe and that wonder, that is our child. That's our inner child. And when we are vibrating within that vibration of wonder and awe and expectation, oh, wrong word, anticipation. I frig that up quite often, but it is not expectation because expectation means you're saying a specific thing. But anticipation, anticipating the next awesome, wonderful thing that's just around the corner, the next moment that is going to be wonderful, the next fun thing that's going to happen. So I'm getting ready to meet people on this road and they're going to wonder what I'm doing, but I suppose people talk to their phones all the time. I guess it isn't that weird, but I know I want to say good morning to them. So I hope you've enjoyed our talk. Create the word beautiful life that you deserve to have, my darlings. It is yours for the taking. Line up with it. There's nothing you can't have. And have a blessed and wonderful day. Subscribe if you feel like it. Bye-bye.